Okay, guys, I need you to use your imagination for this one, okay? I said use your imagination. I don't want people in the comments talking about, yeah, but I'm not. I said use your imagination, okay? Imagine that you're gay, okay? G to the A to the Y. You are gay. And I'm not talking about like abundantly happy. I'm talking about you're homosexual, okay? Now let's say you're in the market for a new house, all right? So you get a real estate agent, you know, you love your old house and everything like that. You love it, but it's time for you to get something different. You want something new, you know? So you get this real estate agent, you're like, okay, show me some new houses. All right, so he's like, I got that house for you. He's like, you are gay, right? You're like, yeah. So he's like, okay, gonna show you a new house. So he takes you for a ride. He's like, get in the car, let's go. So, you know, you jump in the car and everything. You're like, oh, this is exciting. You know what I mean? I'm going to get a new house, right? I can't wait to see what he shows me. So, you know, he takes you for a ride. You know, you're riding around for a while. You're like, where's the house? Little do you know, your old house, right? While you're gone, he gets a bunch of people. They come and paint up your old house. They paint it like rainbow, you know? So he circles the neighborhood and he comes back, right? So he pulls up. You're like, wait a minute, but this is my block. You know, he's like, all right, close your eyes. You know, you get out of the car and everything. You're like, yo, this shit is, it's the same block I was on. You open up your eyes. It's your old house, but it's painted rainbow. You're like, dude, I wanted a new house. He's like, yeah, but this is, you're gay, right? You people like this, right? It's like, this is even better. This is your old house, even better. I've added a new dynamic on it. I painted it rainbow just for you. Don't you love it? You're like, what the fuck? Dude, that's kind of how I feel about these characters, right? I feel it's the same thing. Don't try to act like it's not. It's like you take something that was pre-existing, all right? You loved it and everything like that, but you want something new. You know what I mean? You want something with its own identity. You know, but this is what they keep giving us. And listen, guys, I would feel the same way if they had brought me to a black house. You know what I mean? And just been like, hey, what's up, man? You like this, right? Don't you like this? Red, black, and green, man. You know, fight the power. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, we got Robin. Okay, Robin, who's been around for something like 100 years. Robin has come out as gay, and we're going to talk about it. What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. And dudes, listen, let's not act like they haven't been trying to turn Batman and Robin out for years, all right? They've been wanting to see Batman and Robin be gay for fucking ever, you know what I mean? And in this case, I guess they got half of them. You know, I don't know where this particular story arc is going. Robin Urban Legends, I think it's called, right? So they got Robin now, and this is not, you know, it's funny because I would have thought maybe it would have been Dick Grayson or, you know, Jason Todd. Jason Todd. No, well, it wouldn't have been Jason Todd because that would have made Joker, you know, that would have been a hate crime, you know, what Joker did to Robin. And, you know, it's funny, Joker has done a lot of things, but I don't know if he's ever been guilty of a hate crime, all right? That would have been the deal if he had done that to Jason Todd. So I guess Tim Drake was the logical choice, right? So, yes. So this is what's going on. They've had Tim Drake out there. He's been suffering some type of identity crisis or whatever. He didn't know who he was. And, you know, he's all over the place. He's having some type of emotional, you know, identity issue. And, of course, with today's writers and the way people are thinking today with the SJWs, even though everybody goes through that kind of thing, of course, it immediately means that you're gay. You know, or that you're having sexuality issues, you know, you don't know who you are, you know, that's what it means, you know, even though we all have like self-doubt, we all wonder where we fit in, we all wonder who we are, we all wonder if we're ever going to find love and who to love and all that stuff. But of course, go with the gay angle. And to me, it's exploitation. I don't believe that anybody's race should be exploited. I don't believe anybody's sexuality should be exploited. But this is what today's creatives believe in. It's like, you don't have any ideas? You know what? Make him black. You don't have any ideas? You know what? Make him gay. You don't have any ideas? You know what? How about the female version? You know, and these people are getting applauded for this. You know what I mean? He just showed you a house with a rainbow on it. Somebody is like, oh my God, that is so brilliant. It's the same fucking house. You know what I'm saying? How are you applauding this? The architecture. Ooh, you know, the potential. Ooh, the amenities. Yeah, what the fuck is the same house? You know what I mean? But I bet you it'd be on the news. It'd be on the cover of Time magazine. You know what I mean? Oh my God, man. But anyway, let's read a little bit here of what this says, okay? And it says Robin comes out as gay. Okay, so this what I'm reading here is on Polygon.com. It says over several issues, writer Megan Fitzmartin. Of course, it's a woman. It's not even a gay man. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, here we go. Writer Megan Fitzmartin, and she wrote DC Superhero Girls, Future State, Robin Eternal. And artist Balin Ortega, Sensational Wonder Woman, and Captain Marvel have crafted Some of Our Parts, a story in which some of our parts, yo, these people ain't shit, man. Some of our parts. Okay, I get some of these parts. A story in which Tim Drake tries to defeat a mysterious new villain who captured his old friend Bernard. Good old Bernie. In Some of Our Parts, Tim wrestles with uncertainty in a way that's become core to his character over the last decade. Remember who also wrestled with uncertainty? Peter Parker. You know, he was known to always have stuff going on inside of his mind. You know what I mean? Like, because we met him when he was going through his teen years. So it was teen angst. You know what I mean? All types of stuff was going on. You know, according to these people, of course, where would you take Peter Parker today? You would make him gay. That's what you would do. Okay, so he wrestles with his uncertainty in a way that's become core to his character over the last decade. He feels as though he doesn't know what he wants until Bernard, not knowing that Robin and Tim are the same person, wistfully refers to their interrupted dinner as a date. And Tim has a light bulb moment. It was a date. Ooh, I do like his ass. You know what? Okay, so anyway. At the end of this episode of the story, Bernard asks Tim out on a real date, and Tim happily accepts. Now, this is what Megan has to say. When Dave, my editor for Batman Urban Legends, reached out about doing another Tim story, I was thrilled, Fitzmartin told Polygon via email. We talked about where Tim Drake has been versus where he was at the time, and came to the conclusion that it needed to be a story about identity and discovery. Okay, so it's a story about identity and discovery. All right. See, this is what I'm talking about. Imagine, guys, you know, those of us who are older, it's like, imagine when we were growing up and you're reading comics and shit, you know, you open up the comic, you're ready to see some like crazy, fantastic battles and new powers and new cool villains and, you know, new costumes and stuff like that and shit, you know, but you open it up and it's a story about identity and discovery. I mean, first of all, pretty much every comic is about identity and discovery. Every character discovers a new identity. And then they discover more things about themselves, you know, as human beings. So, you know, you ain't saying shit, lady. It's like, it's always about identity and discovery. It doesn't mean that you always have to go to that, especially with a pre-existing character. This is what I'm saying. But it's beyond you to come up with a new character. You just can't do it, you guys. You can't. Because you really, at the end of the day, you don't have any faith in yourself to create a breakthrough character with, you know, this sexual identity that you believe would be lovable. Even though in my life, I can tell you, I have met so many badass, cool, you know, gay people. I've met so many cool white people, so many cool Asian people. You know, this is what you do when you actually live and have experiences with other people. They tend to break through to you in your life. You know what I mean? And then you just realize, this person, I love the fact that they're gay. I love the fact that they're white. I love the fact that they're Asian. I love the fact that they're Latino. I love the fact that they're native. You know what I mean? It's just every individual who is allowed to be an individual has this way of breaking through. You know, I think last night, you know, in the Dark Council, if you missed it, you know, go check out the replay. You know, last night we were talking about that kind of thing, like identities and having the courage. You know, we were talking about writers, you know, in Hollywood and having the courage to create your own thing. And this time we were talking about like James Gunn, you know, versus, you know, other people or whatever, in stifling creativity. You know, every person, every individual has it in them to be creative in the way they express themselves, you know? So if you are brave enough to be who you are, you know, if you're brave enough to express yourself without any apologies, you know, without thinking, what are they going to think? What are they going to think? That's called insecurity. You know, when you just are who you are 100%, then you will find the truest circle of friends you could ever have, or people around you who do appreciate you. but you can't be like, I'm going to take on this person's identity and maybe they'll love me more. It's like we learned that shit like back when we were growing up, or we should have, watching the fucking Brady Bunch when Peter was trying to be someone who he wasn't, or Marcia, and all that shit. It's like the only way that you're going to be satisfied as a human being is by being who you are as an individual, in much the same way. The only way that a character is going to truly be accepted, the only way a character is truly going to be legendary is if they are who they are, as they were created to be. Anything else is just a poser, just a fake ass, but that's the way these creators think. They can't be accepted for who they are, so let's put them in somebody else's identity, in somebody else's body, and then sell it that way. And then people applaud. You know what I mean? It's the most pathetic shit in the world. So, so it needed to be a story about identity and discovery. And she says, what's next for the Boy Wonder? Oh, by the way, he's not going to be called Boy Wonder anymore. He's going to be called Boy Magnet. She says she spent days thinking it over. Sure she did, before emailing back and said, look, I don't know if this is something that can happen, but this is the story because it's the only story that it can be. It's the only story that it can be. Okay, so nobody challenges this shit. Nobody just says, yo, that shit is some fucking lazy shit. You know what I mean? Like, I asked you for a story, and you come up with a Robin is gay story? You know what I mean? Come on. Like, motherfucking people have been talking about this, like I said, for the last 50 years. Saturday Night Live, the ambiguous duo, or conspicuously, whatever it was. You know what I mean? That was based on Batman and Robin. That's all they've ever been wanting to do. So she thinks she's doing some shit by coming up with a Robin is coming out story? Get the fuck out of here. Like I said before, I would feel the exact same way if it was black. When I was growing up, I hated to see that. I hated, and that was a long time ago. When I opened up a comic and I saw some black guy trying to step into an established character's identity, because all this shit ain't new. We act like all of a sudden in 2021 that it's all brand new. Now all of a sudden we got to do all this shit. People have been testing these waters for a long time. And what we thought back then, this shit is corny. But now the corny is the new norm. So it's like, whatever, man. But there it is. Tim Drake coming out as queer. I think he's supposed to be bi. I don't know if he's just like, like gay. But, in my book, if you sleeping with a dude, if you taking it up there, you're gay. You know what I'm saying? So there it is, guys. You can tell me how you feel about this. Just more of the same. It's a gimmick. It's exploitation. Nobody needs to be asking me. I'm asking why. Nobody has to come back with why not. I understand that argument, okay? It's getting tired, okay? There's no reason why not. They're cartoon characters. They're comic characters. This is the way they want to draw them. This is the way they want to write them. There's no reason why not. But doesn't stop me from asking why. So guys, get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Catch me on Twitter, guys. If not, I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you for listening. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on. Some